We've got a lot to talk about today, guys, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This was sent to me by a viewer of the channel, Paul Oglesby, so thank you very much, Paul. I think this is a great capture. I think his father actually is the one that captured this particular video of what looks like a beautiful orb flying majestically through the green sky. Obviously, the sky isn't really green, but it's a pretty cool visual. I like it a lot. So let me know what you think about this really intriguing orb. And this isn't an isolated case in Paul's family. He says, one of the brightest orbs I've ever seen appeared over my backyard tonight. That was a couple of nights ago. Let's see. Let's check it out.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like a great capture. I don't see any blinking lights or anything that would indicate it's a plane. I think it's way too bright to be a satellite. I think that it's very likely we're looking at something anomalous here, but let me know what you guys think. And again, thank you, Paul, for sending these to me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait to see what future contacts and experiences you guys have. Meanwhile, from Matt Laszlo, talking about what's going on in Congress. There's a problem, warns ranking Democrat after hearing on UAPs over military bases. Yeah, he even comments a little bit on the mystery drone that was supposedly recovered by the military during these incursions, if we're going to call them that, by of course, the mystery drones. I'm going to totally butcher his name. I don't know if I should give that a shot or not. Who? Representatives Suhas? Okay, I'm just going to call him Suhas. I'm not even going to try, guys. Not even going to try. Suhas. Askapol asks, do you think you guys might need to provide the Pentagon a statutory answer so they know whether they have the authority to shoot these UAPs, the mystery drones, down on U.S. soil? Yeah, says the representative. I want to work with the rest of the committee on trying to push some legislation. One is also trying to expand the definition of covered entities so that more installations have the ability to defend themselves. Trying to make sure that people are very clear on when and how they can respond, and trying to make sure that, generally, the people and installations have the technology and tools to defend themselves when they know UAS is coming. Unmanned systems, drones, that's what UAS is. Talking about defending themselves from the mystery drones. Now, it's unclear to me if it's not an overt threat, do they still have permission to shoot at them under this legislation? If it's just spying stuff, do they have, is that under the category of defending? Let me know what you guys think. But to the question about that craft that apparently was recovered, and good on Matt for asking him about this. Was craft recovered during the 17-day Langley UFO swarms, or mystery drone swarms? You've been briefed on it, but haven't seen it? Matt asks. I haven't seen it myself, no, says the representative. Have you guys requested to see it? Oh, no, not yet. Oh, why not? Why not? New bipartisan bill in the works. I actually asked Chair William Timmons during the hearing, kind of privately, if he's willing to work together in a bipartisan fashion, I think. He said yes. So very much so. I think there's going to be consensus around trying to do something. It's just what we do. Okay, well, that's very encouraging. We'll see what they come up with now that it looks like the hearing has been postponed, the UFO hearing. Still waiting for more word on that. Meanwhile, more robots going on the rampage.
Source, the Belarusian TV outfit Nexta, which reposted factory security footage shot somewhere in China. The robot in question...
Yeah, okay, we can see this robot at this factory going on the attack, which is very alarming. I've shared a few other videos of robots going on the rampage, but dang, yeah, that guy's having a bad day. I don't know. He needs to do some meditation or something. Yikes, yikes, guys. Yeah, what does this mean? Will we ever be able to trust the robots? It looks like there is definitely a push going on right now. It seems like it's the next phase in our society, if you will, is that we're going to have robots that are going to be like everywhere over the next 10 years, I guess. Maybe if they don't kill everybody. So, yeah, can we get to a place where we trust them? Let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, I was talking about Jay Stratton the other day. Well, so is Danny Sheehan. He had some interesting things
There
to
are
say.
all kinds of people, including Jay Stratton, who was the head of the Advanced Weapons Special Access Program inside the Pentagon, who has been in charge of trying to develop a weapon system out of the technology that's being recovered from these craft so that our government can establish full spectrum military dominance.
Okay, Jay Stratton in charge of the reverse engineered alien technology weapons systems so that we can have full dominance of the planet. Now, I don't know about all of that, Danny. I love you, Danny, but we've had UFO technology for many decades and we haven't apparently used it in war at any point. It doesn't seem like we're even allowed to weaponize it is the implication. Otherwise, I don't know how you get from A to B. If we do have UFOs, what are we using it for? If we do have this fancy technology, which we seem to do, what are they using that for? It doesn't appear to be for the military, weirdly. At least not that I've seen. If you've seen examples of that, let me know. UFOs, genuine UFOs, are often attracted to conflict, but not necessarily our own craft. So, an interesting statement from Danny Sheehan. I would love to see a follow up on that. And Jay Stratton is the one doing this. He is a tech guy, and he is doing tech stuff possibly related to alien technology. But is he doing that? Let me know your theories or your thoughts in the comments below. Meanwhile, on Danny Jones, Brent from Museum of Tarot is saying Chris Bledsoe really isn't all that special.
With Bledsoe, the one thing you can't discredit is those orbs that follow him everywhere.
Yeah, have you seen the videos where we summon them using Mind to Mind?
No.
Yeah, we had 30 of them at once. I put it
really?
Yeah, it's on Instagram. Check it out. Everybody go follow our Instagram and check out
Hell
the videos.
yeah, let's pull that up, Steve.
Anybody can do this. You're not special. Like this is something anybody can do if they
Anybody can summon these orbs.
Anybody can do this.
What?
So
that's really interesting that he's talking about this mind-to-mind technology. What specifically is he talking about? I'm going to have to dig into that. But yeah, he goes on to share some of what they have done. You can see these orbs.
But this is what it looks like when something truly anomalous is going on. If you watched my previous video, you know that a few years ago we did an event here in Tennessee where we had friends out to an astronomy site. And over the course of the event, we had well over 30 mysterious lights. Call them UFOs, call them orbs, call them whatever you wish. And they showed up over the course of a guided meditation where we were using our mind-to-mind technology. And here it is. This is what it actually looked like. Cluster of lights just over the hills, low on the horizon, but they would twinkle and they'd move on. And as I said, there were between 30 and 40 of them. We were using our mind-to-mind technology. And this...
Yeah, so really intriguing stuff from Brent. I'm very curious about their interactions and what they're doing and what this technology is. Now, as for Chris Bledsoe, he goes on to, again, kind of minimize Chris and to suggest that some of the lower flying orbs, the ones that come right over them and kind of interact with them, I guess, are actually holograms, and it's all staged and fake, and Chris has been faked out by people in the intelligence community and, all that kind of stuff. Now, multiple people have seen the lady, not just Chris. It's not just orbs that we're talking about. During Chris's original abduction experience, There were multiple witnesses involved in that, missing time as well. So Chris's experiences go way beyond simply summoning orbs. As impressive as that is, although Brent says anybody can do it, and of course anybody can do CE5. Unsure about his mind-to-mind technology, but if you are familiar with that, let me know what he means by all of that in the comments below, because I think that is super intriguing, and again, impressive that they have all of these orbs, and I think that's fantastic. But I don't know about downplaying Chris Bledsoe. He does seem to be a little bit special, in my opinion. Meanwhile, what word or words do you hear when the following audio is played? That is crazy, guys. It's working for me. I totally hear Green Needle when the audio plays, and I hear Brainstorm. Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at Green Needle, I'll hear Green Needle, and when I'm looking at Brainstorm, I hear Brainstorm. Certainly, we've seen other examples of this. It is really weird how the mind works. So, yeah, let me know if this worked for you, if you were hearing Green Needle or Brainstorm or something else altogether. Meanwhile, speaking of the UFO control group and the UFO cover-up in general, Ross Coulthart says the FBI may actually be getting involved.
If you consider the outspokenness of Nash Patel and the FBI, who I know has sanctioned a secret FBI investigation, which is still ongoing into the concerns of illegality and criminality involving the UAP issue, watch out, gatekeepers. The FBI is on your tail.
Watch out, gatekeepers. Wow, okay, the FBI is on the tail of the UFO gatekeepers, according to Ross Coulthart. That's wild. I hope that's true. I mean, the FBI has been involved in all of this gatekeeping to some extent for a long time. So, but I'm sure that with an organization that large, that, that may just be a small group doing that. So definitely the right hand may not know what the left hand is doing, but it would be interesting if the right hand were investigating the left hand. So we'll see where all of this goes. My hopes are very low that they'll get anywhere, but man, I'd love to be proven wrong. What about you? What do you think could happen if the FBI starts discovering or uncovering the secrets of the UFO control group? Meanwhile, we've got to talk about Jake Barber and Skywatch. In a way, I think they may have better luck at giving us UFO disclosure than the U.S. government, because they're not in the government. They were, or at least they were in the private sector. They were within the UFO control group. They were on the inside, and now they are on the outside. And they were using some of those same techniques to record and monitor, observe, and scientifically analyze UFOs, whatever they are, whatever Skywatcher is getting. I don't know if they're structured craft exactly. They're getting sky squid and blobs and manta rays and stuff. Unclear if those are actual physical, UFOs, or if those are plasma beings, or are those cosmic animals. What are they? Who knows? Who knows what they are? But whatever they are, they're not us. And if they could get this stuff peer-reviewed, accepted by the mainstream scientific community, and then on to Congress and the American public and the global public, that would be disclosure. So I love what Jake and his team are doing. So let's hear from these guys a little bit. Here he is talking about why the government is now involved with Skywatcher.
We feel strongly that the private sector and autonomous organizations like ours stand a good chance to actually be the method for ushering in this new era when it comes to disclosure. And we have to have the government involved, because for better or worse, our institutions and our offices within government are those who we pay to be responsible and who we vote to be responsible for handling issues like this from a security standpoint and a public safety standpoint. So again, the fact that the government at large has invested a lot of money and recruited a lot of talent to specifically look into the subject matter of UAP and UFO, which is that other bucket, is evidence itself, because you would have to ask yourself, what would be an alternate explanation for standing up those offices and issuing funding through contracts to the private sector if they knew what was going on?
Well, I think somebody knows what's going on, or somebody has a pretty good clue. But yeah, so there he is giving his explanation about why the government is involved. I'm really not happy with the government being involved in Skywatcher, but I guess I can see his point. Let me know if you agree or disagree with him. Now, James Fowler is an interesting person in all of this as well. Seems like an important person in all of this. And here he is talking about chasing UFOs and also observing things from all three buckets. Yeah, we just heard Jake Barber talk about the buckets. You know, there's one bucket that's us, you know, our own vehicles. Two, the foreign adversary, and three, theirs. You know, ET, NHI, whatever that means. Well, James says that they're seeing evidence of all three types. I thought that was really interesting.
I personally have chased about 15 UAPs and approximated two, one within about 200 meters last month. So that's what I know. We have definitive data. We have definitive knowledge. We have no clue who or what's flying these. I'm really on the fence between which entity we're observing when we observe it, but I'm firm in my belief that there's a blue bucket, probably made in America. There's a red bucket, maybe made in China or Russia. And there's another bucket that we don't know where they're from. And I'm confident that we're viewing all three of those in our airspace. And one key thing to note here, Chris, is...
Okay, I'll let you watch the full interview with Chris Cuomo. It's a really good interview with James Fowler, but I thought that was really intriguing that they're observing things from all three buckets. Does that include the 9 categories of UFOs that Skywatcher is seeing? That would be weird if that were the case, but that would be really intriguing. There's this space squid or the sky squid. Is that, you know, Russian, and the manta ray is ours, and the blob is NHI? Is that what he's talking about? Or is he talking about things independent of those 9 categories and classifications of UFOs that Skywatcher is witnessing? I don't doubt that we have our own UFOs, and if the U.S. has its own UFOs, it's not impossible or unlikely at all that other countries would have stuff as well. So, you know, I don't doubt that. But I am very intrigued by what he meant by that they are observing these things. Yeah, is the sky squid Russian? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Last but not least, don't get stuck in a shark cage with a great white shark. Yeah, that's not good, guys.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, he turned out fine. He was fine.
He's in the cage. He's in the cage. Oh my God.
That guy is never going to have to buy his beers again. Oh, let me know what you think about this amazing guy who comes out just fine. Here he is coming out of the water. Yeah, he's all fine and dandy. Don't worry, don't worry. Got all his arms and legs. But man, so yeah, let me know what you think about this incredible encounter and everything else covered in the comments below. Like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt or a hoodie in the merch store below, or becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.